I don't know, there's something wrong with the internet, so give me a second. So how are you guys? Taking care of yourself? Ooh, yeah, it's 1:41:07. Sorry to broadcast this late. Okay, let's start. What's up, YouTube fans? My name is Jaden. Welcome back to Final Fantasy 7. Well, technically, this is well, I already beat the game. So that when I say this is like a big spoiler, a big spoiler is because pretty much after the part when Cloud pretty much got a bike at the end not the end well like I said at the end of the game, it's pretty much he grabbed the bike and both Cloud and his friends pretty much got uh escapes the base and all that, and that's the part that some reason I don't know why pretty much it didn't want me to play live stream of the final part. So that's why I'm gonna tell you guys. As you see now, look at this. Once I go back, try to go back. See, um, I'll take your time. You know. So right now, just read this. On that. Okay, now, as you notice right now, it's because I already beat the game. So pretty much yeah. So now let's start with the spoilers. Pretty much and there'll be a couple of boss battles. One huge one is called a Whisper something. Of course, Sephiroth is the final boss. That. So before that, before this, just make sure you have your all your parties with healing abilities. And but as of course, for some reason, red 13 is not it's different from the original Final Fantasy 7. Is that instead of him as a playable character, is he's just a side character. In other words, that he fights, but you cannot control him, or heal heal him. And pretty much right after Cloud his friends went to highway once again. But this time, a giant robot with three wheel each. Pretty much your of course you gotta take him out or it out. But pretty much make sure always take out the wheels first. Well, that's stupid because technically that's the only target it is. So pretty much just keep hitting on three wheels. Once on three wheels turns, you know. Destroys, go to the other side, do it again. Then once you take out all three wheels each, pretty much you stagger him. Just keep hammering him until pretty much. Then once that robot, yeah, goes ahead further, and pretty much releases those light bulbs, and pretty much your job is just keep dodging it and all that. Pretty much dodge his attacks and so on. But it's kind of tricky though. You know, a red does heal you, but all depends. It's pretty much pretty much all depends. Once you defeat the robot, you end um pretty much end of it. And pretty much, of course, Sephiroth appears, but you don't fight him. He just pretty much doing his thing, being so mystery, all that. And before you go any further, of course, there's a resting spot and a machine to restock your items. Okay, and pretty much, of course, she opens the portal. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I think she's God. That's why I couldn't think. But but she is an ancient, But pretty much she used her mystery powers to open the door. And she says once you go in, there's no turning back. So pretty much, of course, you got no choice. Just go in. and pretty much everything looks back to normal, but it's really not. And pretty much all those whispers, form into a giant whisper, something like a giant creatures. And pretty much your job is to take it out, of course, but you don't actually take it out. He pretty much he summons those three miniature ones with different elements and different abilities. So pretty much um, do your best to try to take them out. But the first, I think the first and the second times you don't actually take them out. I think it depends on how far you can take them out. Either wait them out or try. But once you do that, of, of course your team it will be Barrett and Tifa, of course. Then pretty much on the third part, that's when you need to fight. Pretty much fight them, and pretty much your job is to of course defeat them. But there's like a little trick to it. That giant whisper thing is pretty much are connected to those three creatures. Pretty much they don't die at first. Pretty much like once you defeat them, you actually stagger them. Well, your job is to stagger them. Once that you stagger one of them, the big guy gets staggered. Just and at that point, you gotta keep hearing that thing over and over, and pretty much just keep doing that over and over. Just to keep staggering that creature. But at a certain point, those three creatures form into Whisper Bahama. Pretty much the same as the VR. It has all the moves of the Bahama, but the same thing. Just take once you take them out, they separate them. They come separate, and of course that's keep just stagger them, and that's pretty much simple. Well, it's not really simple because they are really kind of tricky. Like I said, just make sure all your three characters had, or at least all of them had a cure or higher. And once you defeat that big guy, the big whisperer, then the next part is you got no chance to. Well, you technically get healed, but you need to be careful with items. When I say items, like potion, mega potion, just make sure you stack them very well because once you go in, you're not coming back out. And I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that earlier. But like I said, just make sure your three characters has cure. In some reason, let's see. I think the battle with Sephiroth, Barrett is not actually in the well. He's I don't know what he's doing right now. Pretty much so far, once you fight Sephiroth, press square because I see the the square things. Press hold square because once you're square before the battle, it hits you in the main menu. That way, you could be very prepared for everything. Then once you exit out the battle star, you cannot continue. So pretty much as usual, make sure bring your strongest weapon. Like for example, like let's see, I'll give him a hard edge like that. Good attack and all that. But okay, first time, it's just between you and Sephiroth. Pretty much just try your best to say as much items as you can. Um, as usual, like I said, do your best to take a chunk out of Sephiroth. Then once it's Sephiroth is taking good damage, it depends on how far. But once you do enough damage, a second phase comes, then Tifa joins in the battle. And pretty much you gotta do is keep switching up and switching back and forth characters. I have recommend. I don't know if it's good recommend, but have one of the characters. Use ability to barrier. Try your best to do not to get too much damage. then as usual, just keep staggering them. Well, you can actually stagger them on phase one and phase two with Cloud. Like I said, doing that match, that do your best. Staggering several, you can do a lot of damage. And the second phase do the same thing, but on the third phase with her, I keep forgetting her name. Um, Several cannot be staggered no more, and that's the hard part. And the hard part is that he got so many HP and damage reduced. So pretty much, you know, just like I said, keep make sure that you have all your three parties with cure. Make sure she has prey. That. Yeah. Let me see. I don't know. I never get a chance to get the Bahama, so I stick with Ifrit. Let me see. Then after the final phase, oh yeah, before this before right after she joins, and it is pretty much his elements changes, so you gotta be careful with Sephiroth. He keep and pretty much see his element is called fusion. Fire, lightning elements. Pretty much, it's once he casts his elements, it's best to block before it lands because it was kind of hard. Every time but I try to dodge or block or like that. Well, block is okay, but uh, dodge is impossible. And even I try to run away or trying to move out his attack, they won't move. So the best bet is just keep blocking when he casts. Now the final phase for Sephiroth. Um, you need to be careful. He has to, if you ever play Final Fantasy Dissidia like that, it's called the Heartless Angel. Anyone who get close to him will leave 1 HP. Yeah, that's kind of bad. I was really struggle in that part. Like I said, I'm still doing let me see. Let me see. Go to and see. I'm still in normal mode. I beat the game in normal. The, but anyway, right after that, he has those one of those countdowns. So you need to beat him before the countdown. He goes, but I think goes to 8 to 0 or to 1. I don't know. So when he started counting, yeah, I want to take no chances. So yeah. Now then, let's see the ending. All right, let me just go. Like I said, this is spoilers. People who did not play it. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Let me see. Give me a second. Oh, after being Sephiroth, pretty much is way different than the original. Pretty much the timeline is different. They changed it. Okay. Okay. Now let's talk about let's see the change of story endings. Biggie and Ray survive because of the one with the bandana, the guy. Okay, somehow Biggie survive. I don't even. Yeah, that's one. I'm gonna stick with that guy. He confirmed survive due to the fact at the end the catastrophic interference, the story changed it. So he supposed to die, but during that thing, the timelines changed. So Biggie confirmed alive, but for um, Reg is not confirmed. Yeah, because some reason those whispered pretty much throw me out the window. So we pretty much don't know he survived. Now, Jessie, the female one from the Avalanche. Well, her survival is still unconfirmed, even though the Whisper was seen to be around Jesse along with the other two evidence members. But she's still missing action. So survivor is unknown. Let me see. You don't know the survivor early in the game, let me see. Let me see. Okay. The advantage which may result the magnetic chain. Oh, so I guess and this part I guess Arif, I don't know her name. She's still alive, pretty much. Yeah, she didn't die in this part in this game. So, let me see. Oh, now let's talk about Zack Flair. If you guys do not know Zack Flair, he's pretty much the main character in Final Fantasy Crisis Core. And but in the Crisis Core he died, but due to the fact that uh, the timeline was altered, um Zack Flair survived pretty much. Let me see. Apparently, destruction of the Guardian of the Destiny by Cloud had rip effect to other altered timeline as well. So Zack Fair, the previous owner of the Buster Star, died in the last stand against a horde of enemies. But however, let's see. I forgot. I keep forgetting her name. She don't want. She may have Zack Destiny cross or roll. So, let me see later. The cutscene house shows survival of Zack and Cloud passing each other's destiny crossroad. Since two does not share the plane of existence, it seems Cloud himself is unaware of his uh, corner or something. Let me see. However, she may have been able to see Zack and Cloud on the other side of the plane. She put on her experience and passing Zack Cloud, knowing he died in this timeline. So the point is that the timeline before the final battle, Zack was supposed to die, but since after the battle, Sephiroth and the giant whispers, um the timeline has changed. So in other words, that pretty much Zack is alive and confirmed. And plus, if you haven't beat the final battle, after you beat Sephiroth, there'll be a cutscene of Zack is still struggling, but somehow he survived. He said he told himself, I thought it was more, but it turns like the timeline has changed. Um, and pretty much he picked up a Cloud and pretty much went to the city. So we confirmed that Cloud Zack is still alive. Let's see. Let me see. And some reason Sephiroth saved Cloud. Pretty much because Cloud was almost falling to the edge of the creation. Sephiroth saved him from falling. He's saying that states that there's nothing there yet left. Well, nothing there yet. So Sephiroth leave a well before leaving the message, he Sephiroth asked Cloud to join him, but of course Cloud denied that. So pretty much they fight and duke it out, of course once again, and pretty much Sephiroth leaves a mystery message. At the end of the battle, he says this: the 7 seconds to the end. Time enough for you, perhaps, but what will you do with it? Let's see. That's pretty much the last thing Sephiroth said. So pretty much, to the fact, the circumstance, there is a chance that a future event is followed sequel may be very different from the original Final Fantasy event. And they talk about the original Final Fantasy before the remaster and all that, you know. So it's kind of different. So let me see this remix remake already seemed to be a good portion of the story and may lead to conclusion much earlier than expected. So pretty much we're still not aware what's going to happen. So, but we all know. Let me see. Let's see. Like I said, Zack is confirmed alive in the Ultra timeline. Although that's kind of confusing now because how this goes. I mean, will Zack be reunited with her? I mean, will Zack still have his Buster Sword, or Zack give him or pass give him the Buster Sword to Cloud? That is confusing. But like I said, I just hope Well, this is my word now. Right now, I just hope Zack returns. I gotta say, Zack needs to come back. So pretty much, they confirm he's alive in the Alter universe, or Alter timeline. Sorry about that. So pretty much, we have nothing else. I mean, that's pretty much how the story goes. Well, the Final Fantasy, and pretty much, and that's after that. Once Sephiroth sent a message. There'll be a few scenes saying that Sephiroth is still around, and Barrett's like, "I thought you defeat him, but Cloud didn't." That, and pretty much there was a happy ending. Uh, and pretty much, Cloud and the gangs, pretty much most likely going to another journey to find Sephiroth and pretty much and pretty much let's see how that goes. But if Zack confirm a lie, the question will you be able to see him with a gang or maybe um, pretty much I just hope. I mean, I kind of enjoyed Final Fantasy VII Remaster, but the timeline is confusing now. Hmm. Now, pretty much after all the cutscenes there'll just be ending credit, and one you just pretty much just skip it. I don't think there's like nothing left until you just reach to oh pretty much this. I mean, once you beat the game, you end up back in the main menu right here. Then after that, pretty much you keep all you pretty see let me see. You, so you replay the story, be temporary reset. You will maintain all the collectibles such as music disc and all that. Complete all the time will update your previous data, but switching the new one midway will cause you to lose current progress for that chapter. Mm, okay, so pretty much you can just uh, so far the so let's see, pretty much up to chapter 18, Destiny Crossword. That's the part that I cannot, some reason, cannot show it on live stream. I mean, I see a lot of people able to do it, and that's kind of bull. Let me see, can be a thing about now on the bottom, saying about some transcription, how pronounce it, can be only obtained in hard difficulty. So pretty much, pretty much, yeah, pretty much beat the game with hard mode, but there's a huge twist uh, in hard mode. In hard mode, it's pretty much it's harder, but there's a twist to this that just like the Coliseum, items are not allowed. So pretty much you screw. Pretty much the only way to to heal yourself is cure and or go to the chair or the resting spot. Sorry to say, and that's pretty much all. But I think you could well, you keep your levels. I think, but I haven't done it yet. See, but I don't think I'm gonna plan to do hard. Maybe not. I'm not planning to do complete all the trophies and all that. I'm not planning to do that. But pretty much, I kind of enjoyed Final Fantasy. It's actually not bad. So so far, Biggie is is alive at the end, and pretty much Jesse and Red's ending is not confirmed yet. So either we may see it in a sequel if they're gonna make a sequel of this game or not. Yeah, not. I mean, not all games get a sequel, even though it shows that we might have a sequel, but it's not confirmed right now. And by the looks of it, who knows um, when or where, well, when or what year they're gonna remaster it. I mean, remaster. I mean, make a sequel of this. Sometimes it all depends on pretty much it all depends on the people. And when I say the people, I mean the real world. How much the game sells. I mean, I mean, just like, that's how the company goes. It sells a good amount. First, let's say like for Final Fantasy right now. I mean, if they sell a good like a million copies, something like that, and it's a big hit or a good hit, there's chance they may probably make it. But like I said, well, not like I said, but this game is still new, so pretty much we're not gonna hear it. Probably a couple of years, another year. Who knows? I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, once you beat the game, you can go back that what you miss. I know I missed one of the summonings, so I'm gonna plan to try to get that one. But most likely, I'm just, oof, I don't know. I'm not planning to do live stream all over again. Although, I'll try to, I don't know. Because, I mean, there's no point of recording or live stream if I can't, record the chapter 8 scene, the final battle. I know there's a way around it, but I don't have the things for it. But that's pretty much it. That's not like nothing to talk about. I mean, I tell you everything. We confirm Zack is still alive. Um, the timeline has been altered, and pretty much Sephiroth is still alive, of course. That's pretty much that. And nothing else. I mean, who knows? They probably make another sequel of this game, and really hope that Zack Flair, joins the team. Or at least yeah, no. I want him, be in the team. I want to play him again. Pretty much in his personality, he's pretty much way different than Clouds. I mean, I mean, even though Cloud has a similar techniques with Zack, but he pretty much alter a little bit. Yeah, but you could say his personality is pretty much how you call it, more like he I don't know, his personality is more like righteous personality. I mean, he falls in love with the ancient Oh man, now I'm really curious now. I really just hope that she don't die in the next sequel. I really hope to see see them back together. But like I said, this is my opinion. Who knows? Like I said, I'm not planning to waste people's time. Starting over with the, chapter 1 all the way to 17 because I can't record the Destiny, so there's no point of that. Let me see. Like I said, once you beat the game, you, you're back to the main menu. So you just pretty much select the chapter you want to play. Yeah, but I have uh, zero chance of playing the hard mode. Uh, I, I was struggling in normal mode, but yeah, that's pretty much it. There's nothing left. It's just collect the trophy, and that's pretty much it. And you'll find there's probably more secrets, but we're gonna tell you most of the secrets that we confirm Zach's still alive, and there's probably more timeline we alter. But eh, you know what? I want to see this myself. Oh, see, there you go. No, like I said, I'm not planning to do hard mode. I have zero interest in doing hard mode. I probably, uh, yeah, no, forget it. Nope. Well, that's it. I'll probably find another game to live stream. For the meantime, I hope you enjoy my game through. And, give me a notification, give me a thumbs up, come and subscribe for more. Later.